Speaking of authenticity, language is something unique to all of us, but we learn language, professional language, how we communicate, how communication, how is written language, how is a professional language, the difference between we learn throughout our life. We spend a lot of time learning about languages. Uh, Especially now we understand spellcasting is a real thing. Um, it is really important for us to express in our unique style of dialogue, written language, the spoken language. Although the professionally manicured, perfect style of language is there, I'm a bilingual person, but I'm never a master at any language, but I like to express authentic style of dialogue. This is what I was passionate about. I remember very early childhood, you're learning about my mother tongue, learning about these languages. We repetitively write same things. We learn to write letters, the professional letters, the letterheads. Repetitively we were learning, and very quickly I was extremely bored out of my mind. I never resonated with that. At the time I thought, I am being really naughty right now. Maybe perhaps when I grow up I'm gonna grow out of this kind of thinking, this kind of behaviors, become like everyone else. Although to find out I am actually more prominent on these personality traits as I grew older. Um, Now, after all these years, we understand the deception hidden behind the language that we express, we write, we repeat. So the spell casting is a real thing. Although at the time you're being um, cautioned by your spiritual higher self to protect yourself from this level of gaslighting and manipulation. The language is one of these forms we use to manipulate people, because constantly there are double meanings. Constantly you're casting spells on you because you're using I am, and you're repeatedly expressing these things. Hopefully the idea behind is when you come out of school, you're perfectly programmed for these very narrowed down, carefully crafted expressions and dialogues. At the time, I thought to myself, well, I'm an energetic being. I'm a human mind, body, spirit vessel. I can't, why do I have to learn to communicate? How I communicate is what I am. But I knew the inappropriation of this kind of thinking at the time. But what now, in this future self, you are completely learning and understanding about the hidden mysterious messages behind these spell casting, and is how important for us to practice our authentic expressions without manipulation, without programming, without gaslighting. We are creating ourselves this method of dialogue with the external world, and the importance of that. Um, for example, we hear these individuals on the international forum, they are saying out loud how we're hackable animals, how we should eat bugs. These individuals are expressing these methods of ideas very carelessly, but the divine feminine, who taking the time to heal. Know that she's not perfect, but she's perfecting. She's learning to resolve her ancestral line. She prioritizes healing and creating. These divine feminines know the difference. Now, in our personal physical body, we have these cancers, the difficult situations that we are going through. It's the imperfection of our physical body areas that we need to heal and to pay attention. We form these things, but similarly in our external systems, external administrative systems, there is a dire need for some kind of correction because the toxicity is consuming so rapidly. There is no accountability, no transparency. Like I always say, we have to pay attention into these areas. Now, when I hear someone says we're hackable animals, this is an opportunity for us to extremely put our thinking hats on, learning about what exactly is happening around us. Hackable animals, can you even comprehend what we are thinking of you when you say we're hackable animals? You should have a very clear understanding as to what we are thinking about you. Without being hostile, maybe show you the same courtesy you have shown us the way you are speaking about human species. Is an opportunity, because when we understand exactly what we are, how much we are healing, how much toxicity we have, a level of work we have to do, we are actually better for it because we know where we stand. Now, individual who says we are hackable animals and the other one says we are to eat bugs, but actually human species are very selective about our diet. We don't eat bugs. Sure, if you choose to, but we're very selective. We understand how to fuel our bodies. And as for the hackable animals, it's not even a fair game. What do I mean by that? When you have a divine creator, your higher self, source God, and you have an imposter who is like wannabe God, telling you that you're a hackable animal, we have to take that as a consideration. This is your observation. You spend all of your time there trying to manipulate, trying to control, trying to suppress, trying to scare, trying to gaslight, essentially to enslave divine beings, mind, body, and spirits. This is what you consume your whole life with: how to suppress, how to control. Now, Divine Feminine knows this is the area of great concern. This is where a breeding ground for extraordinary level of toxicity, which is a hostile, a radioactive hostile area. And all the groups that you are associating with, so-called high class, high accomplished, disconnected individual, we know they are a breeding ground for extreme level of toxicity. You are to maintain your distance from affairs of human species, divinely created, highly connected, highly spiritual, have the ability to love and heal. Is a method of energy, energetic frequencies. You are to maintain your distance. Divine Feminine knows how to recognize the social, structural toxicity. This is how we navigate life, because we have this dialogue we are unique dialogue to us. We are able to communicate that despite all the censorship and control and uh, eliminating in the system, because we haven't mastered that professional anticipated kind of dialogue, but we are mastering our own unique, authentic style of dialogue, and we're able to express. Now, when you learn about the tree of life, you are very clearly understanding where the roots are, where the about the ground. The roots are never because it's a waste of time and space. It's there. This is how we gain the strength. This is the area we have to work through. But some of these energetic frequencies of rooting, root system, is indefinitely underground, because this is where it belongs. It is the toxicity, is the all the negative parts that we have to work out, but they are there not because it's useless eaters or useless hackable animal. Is there because this is how we gain the wisdom and courage and healing level of healing to be on the surface. So in comparison with these entities, the mind, body, spirit, human vessel is not even a fair game. You can't even compare, because you're indefinitely underground, below the surface, while tree continue to grow. It's a part of the same tree of life, but now we have a very clear definition where everyone is belong. When you keep that in mind, this is how we express. This is how our opinions are. This is where we put things in perspective and remind people who we really are. It doesn't have to be bad thing, but when you are continuously perpetuating how to suppress, how to manipulate, how to gaslight, how to scare, you can't be on the surface, because you are not refined enough. You haven't learned your mistakes. You haven't learned your toxicity. You haven't learned your place in the system, because you are not happy about your existence. You have to operate in a hostile manner. This is nowhere to interact with the mind, body, spirit, human vessels that is divinely created. We have a higher self. We have a higher source. We are separated from the imposters that is pretending to be or wanting to be like Creator God. The jealousy, when you hear someone says you own nothing, you eat bugs. If your parents, when you put things in context, if your parents say to you, you're just going to excuse me, you're just going to eat bugs and you're not going to own anything, your children are going to be immediately, wow, this is not making any sense, it's not fair, this is not how it should be. They are immediately going to recognize the level of toxicity and hostility coming from these family members. But in a social structure, when somebody say that, we're very happily gathered around thinking we're high class and high society. We are participating in these without having a clear understanding and the ability to see things as exactly they are. If your parents say to you, you're like a hackable animal, what are you thinking in your room? Let's see, but I know you're thinking because you are a hackable animal. Again, your children are going to be extreme cautious and thinking there is something off about that. This is not the normal behaviors of a parent. So we put things into context and we understand what is really happening. The other thing is, in a political structure now, we're constantly speaking about open or secure borders. And if you are an individual who has a door in your house, you got cameras in every corner, and you are opposing to these practical, logical thinking, like secure borders, like economic balance, if you are keeping tabs on your economy, you are just nothing but a hypocritical character of that show, like Walking Dead. uh, this is what you are. This is what we can see, because you are a part of these parasitic, toxic breeding ground. This is how we understand the external world and the social structure. When a human species, when a divine feminine decide to come to terms with her energy, her healing powers, her ability to love, then we are able to recognize the toxicity and the danger zone. This is something is extremely toxic for our human condition, extremely hazardous. We are completely aware to keep well away from these kind of circumstances, because we are communicating with that authentic dialogue, authentic way of expression. It is really unique. Even in the animal kingdom, you have millions of penguins. They have their own unique vibrational calling. This is how they recognize each other. So therefore, there is no need for us to be intimidated by these languages and the expressions, and making spelling mistakes and everything. All the while, we know is spell casting is a real thing. This is how we empower in another area, like our dialogue is one of the most important things. Although when you're working with the general public, like myself, in the healthcare industry, we met people from all around the world, and a lot of them have communication. There is a language barrier. Some of them, they can't even communicate anyway, because of the physical limitations. So regardless, we had a very positive level of communication, because we understand the level of the energetic frequencies and what we need to communicate. When we're quiet enough, when we're calm enough, we have a clear understanding of what the dialogue must be. So it is kind of universal in a way. But these kind of areas where it designed to completely misguide you, using these things, I am, if you're say something negative about I am, then it is kind of a casting of some kind of demonic low vibrational thing, because now you're doing that to yourself. This is what is all about, keeping you in a low vibrational state, because most of these dialogues, the negative dialogue, the low, keeping you low vibrational dialogue, is there deliberately designed for us to keep on repeating, so we are not because now whatever we're feeling inside, whether positive or negative, when you're vocalizing that externally, you're sort of confirming something to keep you limited. This is why these authentic expression, the vibrational frequencies, and having your own kind of dialogue is important, especially the censorship is all over the place. Why do we have to have such a enormous level of control about expression there? Because they don't want us to be empowered. The toxic group really doesn't want us to have any kind of empowerment with our expression. So we have to keep that in mind. This is how, when we're healing your vocal, your expression, you're going to heal all of your breathing problems, your stuck energy when it comes to expression is also going to be resolved, because you're healing complete expression and tuning in with your authentic level of expressions. When we hear these celebrity culture, they're, well, these we have to sell our soul to the, epoxy individuals. We can have a hysterical laugh. You're trying to take, you want to keep your money, your airplane, your gold tooth. Sure, we don't care. Just a hysterical laugh, because you're mastering your expression too. And someone can say, well, we can make you disappear. Sure, take it up with the boss, the creator. Why do you have to continuously worry about your right to exist? You're already existing anyway. And someone is trying to make you disappear, in the larger scale. These prominent people, it is not something for you to worry about. It's something the doers have to deal with. It's something they have to deal with their own creator, and come to terms with the fact they are just imposters. They are not experiencing for God, even though the higher source God is the supreme leader of everything. The imposter always trying to manipulate, and we have to keep all that in mind. So dialogue is important, but create and get in tune with your own style of expression, whether it's the written language or the spoken language or the energetic expressions. You have your own authentic style of expression. So prioritize getting in tune with that, and learn to express without getting sucked into these manipulation and a spell casting, because the imposters are very clever. They will set things up for you perfectly. You just have to repetitively get in program with. But the divine feminine know the difference, even with the language.